Alright, YouTube, it looks like Canelo Kovalev. I gotta say, I kind of like it. I do, but we'll see. There's a lot, there's a lot of details. I mean, things need to go right. We're going to talk about it. Now, what you're looking at here, I had a couple of you guys tell me, oh, you've never been around Canelo, you don't know Canelo, blah, blah, blah. Well, this is about a year ago, probably. I spent almost the entire day with Canelo. Just a little something here. You guys can watch a little video here. He's praying with these people, doing this. We're walking around, we're talking, we're chit-chatting, that kind of thing. So, there you go. Now, DAZN is claiming the fight must happen in November due to billing cycles, right? Which I kind of get it. I mean, I do. They're running a business, but on the other hand, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense when you look at the lineup. What I mean is they have other fights that will bring in a lot of money. Okay, they're saying, look, we need to have the fight in November. We're not trying to rush Kovalev, but it's got to happen in November because, we need that money. Okay, but no, they got the Gennady Golovkin fight. They got the rematch with Anthony Joshua Ruiz. You got... who is that? Nonito Donaire coming up. I mean, there's some other ones that'll bring in some money, but definitely at least 2 or 3 big ones. So I think they could have had it in, say, February or whatever to give Kovalev a little more of a rest period, right? But whatever. Like I said, something to think about. Something to think about. That's the point of the video today. Now, a few important points that I want to make, about this upcoming fight, right? Number one, okay, why isn't Canelo enrolled in year-round VADA testing, okay? In year-round VADA. Now, according to my sources, Kovalev has been testing year-round, but Canelo has not, okay? Apparently, Kovalev tested like 6 months leading into the Yard fight, and he's still actively testing, but Canelo isn't. Okay, so I don't quite understand that, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought Canelo, got in front of the world and said, yes, I'm going to test, year round, and I'm committed to this, blah 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 blah, that kind of thing, but didn't happen. Let me rewind this video. I don't want it to go to the next one. So I'm just curious. I mean, and if you guys have any info on that, let me know. But as far as I know, he's not enrolled or he's not testing. So, I mean, I just don't understand what happened to that big commitment he made to you, me, the boxing fans, everyone. Now, by the way, a shout out to Irizlandi Lara beating both Canelo and his brother. I'm telling you guys got to go watch that fight. Lara fought Canelo's brother like a week ago. It was bad. It was ugly. It was ugly. I'm telling you, go watch it. Now, is it going to be at a full 175? I heard it was, okay? So I hope it is. I don't want any kind of trickery here. I just want a fair, even matchup, and I heard it was going to be at 175. So, and look, let's talk about boxers not revealing their fight night weight, okay? I think it should be banned from boxing because what's the point in a division, or even having a division, when a fighter can balloon up 2 divisions bigger than his opponent, right? You might as well consider a catch weight fight or just like a random weight class, right? So, I just hope we don't get into those waters with Canelo Kovalev, the weight issues, because it's really going to take away from the appeal. And, like I said, I don't like how these guys can balloon up, 1 or 2 divisions above. I mean, you might as well pull up another guy 2 divisions below. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're fighting a middleweight, you might as well pull up welterweights or some shit, because it doesn't make any sense, because if you can balloon up to a heavyweight, it's the same damn thing, so, or there should be some kind of limitations, and I know some fights there are limitations, but it should be like, mandatory in every fight. I truly believe that. So, but anyway, get back. We'll talk a little bit more about it. Go watch any recent Kovalev weigh-in, and you'll see he looks really thin, bony. He looks drained at 175. So I think lower than that, I think it would, like I said, it would ruin the fight, and there's no need for a catch weight or really a rehydration clause because Canelo, he's going to be probably the same weight as Kovalev on fight night. I think he'll come in around 180, 182, 183, something like that. So now if Canelo if Canelo wins, right? If Canelo wins, will people like myself, say, Kovalev just came off a hard fight with Yard, to try to discredit him? No, I won't. So I'm going to put that on record right now. If Kovalev wins, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say, oh, look, he just had a tough fight with Anthony Yard. He had a short training camp. I'm not going to make any excuses whatsoever because I believe, this is a step up for Canelo. Now, yes, Kovalev is older. He's at the end of his career. But look, this is a tough fight, and I do give Canelo 100% credit for taking it. So, you know, I got to keep rewinding. I don't want it to go to my next video, so I got to keep rewinding it. You know, so yeah, I'll give him 100% credit if he wins, you know. So let's talk about the Golovkin fight. I think Canelo took more punishment in the Gennady Golovkin fight, you know, both fights, than he's taken in his entire career, right? You know, or combined rather. You know, especially the last rounds in the rematch, even the original fight. I mean, I think go back and watch. I think Canelo took bigger shots and got hit, you know, cleanly, you know, more in those fights than he did in any of their fights, and that's probably why he's ducking that trilogy right now, going after a Kovalev, you know. So you know, and I find, like I said, I do find it though really odd that Canelo started going after Kovalev just recently, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. I just, it takes away from the appeal, right? Because I want this fight, I want to see it, but because it's the timing, right? Because we wanted the trilogy, and Canelo was kind of scrambling. He loses the IBF. He's going after Kovalev. It was almost like it was like desperation, right? He'll do anything he can to avoid that trilogy. So I do wish it was under different circumstances, like, you know, maybe the trilogy was out of the way, right? That's done and over with, okay? You know, and then he moves into like a Kovalev fight. But the fact that he's doing it now, it's almost like this. Look, okay, check it out. Let's say you're going to fight this kid on the block, right? This kid your size, you've already fought him twice, and, you know, there's a lot of controversy. Who won, who didn't win, it was even. You know, you're going to fight a third time. You're like, no, I'm done with that kid. Forget that kid. I'm going to go fight that big dude over there, you know? So it's like a distraction, right? I mean, this has been going on since the beginning of time. You know, even the animal kingdom does it. They'll take on the bigger guy to avoid the real challenge, you know? So is that what we're seeing, right? Is that what we're getting right now? Are we getting, you know, Canelo going after the bigger man to avoid his equal, you know, knowing that he has an advantage over the bigger man, right? He has an advantage over Kovalev, you know, youth, speed, you know, and I'm saying, look, what does Kovalev have? Power, right? What kills power? Timing and speed, you know, and Canelo has both of that. He's a better boxer. He's quicker, you know, he's got the speed. And I think he has enough power, too. If he goes to the body in the later rounds, I think he could even stop Kovalev, and I would imagine he will. I mean, a lot of you guys are saying, no, it's going to be a decision. I wouldn't put it past Canelo. I think he might stop him, you know. So I also heard instead of T-Mobile Arena, it's going to be at MGM Grand. So, you know, there's a little change in the venue, but we'll see. So remember, you heard it here first, okay? And I heard that from an inside dude I talked to. He said he's got a friend of a friend of a friend kind of thing, and they heard blah, 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 whatever. It might be at MGM Grand instead of T-Mobile Arena. I don't know, guys. So I'm going to leave it at that. You know, what do you think? Leave it below.